Hey everybody, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we're going to build a tiny, modern, colorful house in The Sims. I was really inspired to build this after I posted one of my builds on Reddit and somebody gave me the idea to build a really colorful modern house instead of something that was more black, white, gray, and dark colors. So I decided to build something that was colorful to challenge myself a little bit, and I had so much fun building this. It's got a super simple layout because it is a tiny home. It's just two rectangles, but it has a lot of color and it has also a lot of fun little build details that I think you guys will really like. Like I said, I had a great time making this, and I think you guys will have fun watching it, hopefully. But I used a couple different build hacks when making this, so I'll talk about those more when we get there. And I was gonna try to limit the packs on this, make it more downloadable, but then I decided I just wanted to have fun and kind of use whatever I want. So that's what I ended up doing. But if you want to see builds of specific packs, you should definitely comment down below and let me know which ones you'd like to see. But this was the custom window I was talking about. I'm using this mod called Tool by Twisted Mexi, which I will link down below in case you want to download it, which allows you to go into live mode and freely rotate items, which is what I did to make this window. And I'll have a short tutorial on how to make the window coming out soon. So if you're curious to see that, you should definitely subscribe to my channel so that way you'll be updated when I post that video. But anyways, enough plugging subscriptions. Let's talk a little bit more about this build. I'm just tossing some lights inside so I can see. And then I knew I was going to have to do a really tiny bathroom, so it's just classic 3-tile bathroom with the shower from Snowy Escape, which your Sims will just walk through. And then I decided to have a really open floor plan. Relatively speaking, the kitchen actually turned out to be pretty huge for the size of this house. So I'm debating kind of what colors to go with, and I decided to use these light blue countertops because I did want to have a good sized kitchen and not make it feel it's like super lame. Although I did struggle with what window to put over the sink a little bit. And then I also decided I was going to do like a cutesy little island, and then I just decided to do kind of a smaller one. And you'll see this is going to change a little bit, but we have like the blue countertops and we have these bright yellow chairs. And then I debated for a long time over which bed to use, and then I decided just to use this Murphy bed from Tiny Living because I felt like it fit well with the theme of the house, and it also gave you the option gameplay wise to either have a couch or to have a bed. And of course your Sims can sit and lounge on their bed, but figuring choices are fun, so I'll give you choices. But this house has everything your Sim needs. It has a computer, I'll eventually put in a TV, has a place to eat, place to sleep, has a bathroom, so everything your Sim needs is in here, and you should be able to fit in other things in like an outdoor space if your Sim needs a specific skill building object. I really wanted to fit a second chair in here, and it just wasn't really wide enough to do so. And I did want to keep the house pretty small, and just for context, the reason why it is actually 72 tiles is because the platforms on the roof count towards tiles for the tiny home total, which is really dumb because like my Sim's not actually going up there and using that space, but it still counts against me. So it seems like a bug that EA probably should have fixed. And I think it actually double counts the tiles if you say use platforms inside your house, which doesn't make sense because you can't use the tiles underneath the platform because they're all covered up. But, since when has anything EA done made sense? Anyways, I was trying to have the interior of this house be colorful, but I didn't want it to be too colorful because it is such a small space. So I putzed around a little bit to try to make it feel like there was enough stuff in the space that it felt fun, but not too many things, so it felt like there was just too much going on. And this was really tricky because of how the Murphy bed looks when it's up, and at the end of the video, I'll show you what it looks like down. So if you're curious, you can skip ahead there, but if you want to keep watching the build process, obviously, welcome to stay and keep watching. But then I just started adding a little bit of clutter in. So I used the shelf from Tiny Living because I thought it was really cute. Um, and then just added kind of like some shoe and box clutter as well as just a couple more decorations because I wanted the space to feel like it was lived in, but I didn't want it to feel too cluttered and too crowded because I know a lot of people don't like their homes, their Sims houses to be that way. And I also feel like it would just be out of place for a more minimalistic tiny home. Added a couple of desk clutter items just to make it look a little more realistic. Got these CDs, which for some reason just were really tricky to get into place. And, scissor dispenser. Trying to find a cute shelf for over there, and I don't think I actually found one that I liked. Thought I was going to use the white shells from the base game, and then I decided, maybe not. Um, but yeah, this build is, starting to wrap up. We're getting near the end. Use those new salt and pepper shakers that I absolutely love. So yeah, I thought that I was going to clutter up these shelves, and then I remembered how few things actually fit on the shelves. I think you'll watch me try to slot a couple things on there, and eventually I'm just going to get a little annoyed at them and decide just to use something else. Like, all these things don't slot. I also thought I could fit one of these little open bookcases in by the trash can, and I couldn't. Oh, let's see. Here, I put the little tiny home plants, and then this is where I decided to forget it. I'm just going to put some plants on the wall, and I think that will be cute enough. And then I feel like I took a little bit of a fashion risk here by putting patterned curtains on a differently patterned wall. I feel like it looks okay because there's already some blues in the house, but if you don't, let me know in the comments down below, or if you think it looks good and you really like pattern mixing, also let me know because it's definitely something I'm trying to experiment with a little bit more in my builds. I'm curious to see what other people think about it. Then kind of the last couple of things to do with this build were just to add kind of trash cans to the outside and do a little bit of a front walkway and also just add a little bit of landscaping. And I want to keep things pretty minimalistic with the landscaping, and I used this gravel tile from the build catalog, and then I used the little wall mailbox from Snowy Escape. So if you're looking at this lot and wondering where the mailbox is, it's just right by the front door. Then I also debated for a while about which plant I wanted to put on the little front porch. And I really wanted to put the little tiny and cute university potted plant somewhere, and I just couldn't find a good space for them. Here I'm trying a bunch of different plants, and I'm not really liking any of them very much. But eventually I found one that I liked. I ended up using one of the eco lifestyle ones. And I like that it was cute enough without being too much. And then I just put a couple of trees down as well as some rocks and flowers just to make the lot look a little bit more finished and like there was, some stuff there. And I feel like this turned out really cute. I feel like it was realistic and it was a house that I would really like to play in. Which is something I always look for in my builds. Been doing something in the backyard and I just decided I'm going to keep it simple. But anyways, this is what the top-down view of the house looks like. And in a couple seconds we will pop into live mode and I'll have a sim come and test it out. So we'll be able to see what that looks like too. So here she goes. Put down the bed and you can see how the space looks. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.